Hey, this is Christy Hatman, and this is video number 10, and this will conclude the long video series regarding the August 4th City Council meeting in Mammoth Spring, Arkansas, where I'm having a big disagreement with some of the city leaders. And just to recap what's led up to this, video 1 is where I responded to the mayor a year and a half ago, where he said you need to move stuff off of your sidewalk. And basically I responded with real measurements, and I first mentioned ADA requirements in that letter, and basically said I'm not out of compliance with the ADA, and unless you can show me an ordinance where I need to move things, I'm going to leave my wonderful gently used merchandise on the porch and come on over and let's go shopping. Okay, and video number 2 is where I illustrate. I got a letter from the city attorney, and in that video you'll see where they threatened me with prosecution, a civil suit, and to remove my items from my porch after 10 days and then bill me to do it. Video number 3 is when I and several other business owners attended the meeting, and Ruth Ann Phillips addressed the city council, where she encouraged them to work with businesses and maybe work on other sidewalks if you're concerned about handicap accessibility, and also not to use the American with Disabilities Act as an excuse to come after another business and basically target another business, which is basically my argument. I'm being singled out, and I have not been out of compliance not one time with anything. And through this entire process, I have asked for meetings. I've asked for real numbers, real names, and real measurements. And when I respond to anything, I respond with dates, times, real numbers, real names, real pictures, real measurements, real footage. So I'm showing you that in this 10 video series. Video number 4 is when I begin to address the city council, and I read wonderful letters from other business owners. Jimmy Marler, who's also my landlord, who encourages everybody to work together, including the people, the Chamber of Commerce, and the city. There's some friction there that is not really great for our city. And Hazel Wilcox, who is just a wordsmith. She's the sweetest person. And she wrote a letter, also telling how important that sidewalk displays are, and we are the business owners who stay up late taking care of things. Video number 5 is where I begin to speak, and I talk about the shop crawl, where I'm a team player. I do promotions for everybody's businesses, not just mine. I promote the spring. I promote unified events and sales at my expense, by the way, because I just think if one of us makes money, we all make money. And if we work together, we can. Video number 6 are the letters that I've received from the city, and also the responses that I have given, and everything's there in black and white for you to review. Video number 7, I speak with the city attorney about the way the letter is mailed, that I have had no response to the letter that I gave him 2 months prior to the meeting, and also how bad the ordinance is, where they tried to say I'm out of compliance. There's things on my sidewalks, and the ordinance addresses water flow. So this is kind of my core argument. There's no existing ordinance, and I'm not out of compliance with the ADA. So you can't tell me to do something that's not a law or not an ordinance. And I've also addressed, please don't retroactively make a new ordinance just to target my business. Video 8 is where Danny says, Mayor Danny Bush tells me he's had numerous complaints. And when I ask him how many complaints he's had, he says 15. However, in October, I asked the city to produce records of all these complaints that he says that he has. I asked both the chief of police and the records keeper, and there are 0 complaints on file. So there's not numerous complaints. That's just a narrative. It is not based in fact. And video number 9 that we just finished up, basically shows a scorecard. We're going to finish on the scorecard. I took in a scorecard, and a big one was Mammoth Spring retail businesses. 100% of all the retail businesses oppose any sidewalk regulations. we are all unified and we are against the city just creating something because somebody has a personal issue with me. He says there's 15 complaints. I had 303 reviews in 1 month. ADA violations, I've had 0, so I'm going to pick up the audio. And one other thing that you need to know, if you are not from Mammoth, there's a situation down on the other end of town. There's I guess you could say a disgruntled citizen, and he has a billboard, and he has a very controversial billboard where he posts things. And I've not really been in favor of that. However, when your business has been targeted over and over again, when you get the police called every time you try to unload your trailer, when a mayor comes and tells you to just move your vehicle and not unload in front of your store because other people can't park there, I pose the question, why can't I park there? When you're constantly harassed while you're conducting business within the parameters of the law, boy, you do have the urge. You do have the urge to put up a billboard. So I was kind of joking when I drew up this graphic that you're going to see in this video. But also I can kind of empathize with somebody who's being targeted. And I'm not saying anybody else is being targeted, but I can tell you I feel targeted. I feel very targeted. And I'm laying everything out here with real names, real numbers, and real facts to show why I think that I'm targeted. And that's the situation behind the billboards. So here we go. I'm going to hit the audio on this and let you hear the conclusion of the August 4th City Council meeting.
Positive reviews, Christie has 303. 0% are in favor of Mammoth Spring retail businesses not being able to put things on the sidewalks. 100% in favor of. Ordinance violations for Christie, 0. And ADA regulations at 0. So, I'm going to predict the future for you. And I'm just going to tell you that after a year, I've had it. I've not been out of compliance. Now, hear me when I tell you this is what I want. In the back of everybody's packet is a coupon for some free ice cream. I want everybody to come to my store, and I want to have some free ice cream. And as far as what I feel like is targeting the business, let it go. Just let it go. Let this die. I want handicapped people up and down my sidewalk. They've got good money too. I want people to be able to get up and down my sidewalk. So let's have some ice cream, stay friends. So I want you to hear me when I say that is the ending that I want. But I'm also going to tell you, I've been targeted for over a year, and I've been nice for a year. But if you keep coming after me and my livelihood and my business and taking all these other businesses as collateral damage, and if you pass an ordinance that in any way inhibits my livelihood or my business or any of these businesses up and down the street, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I don't need a newspaper to get like a tagline for what I've told you tonight. I don't need KY3 or KAIT to have some kind of a sound bite taken in or out of context, because this entire packet of information is going to be posted by me for public consumption. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to put this out there. I don't like this narrative that people can't get up and down my sidewalk. And after a year, I'm ready to talk back. I can go live on TikTok, I can go on Instagram, I can go on Facebook, and I can go on YouTube. I have a huge social media footprint. Also, I have 13,000 emails, including all of the people who are on the Chamber of Commerce. I will have a voice. The truth will get out there. I'm going to give you the truth in a packet, but I'm not going to be quiet anymore. So basically, I'm going to make you famous. Now, I just want to double check. I've never met these people in my life. Are you guys the ones who have the billboard down there? Okay. If y'all don't like a billboard on one side of town, let me show you what it's going to look like on two sides of town. Because I'm going to put a billboard up on mine also. I'm not asking for applause. I'm just saying I want this to die. But I can put a billboard up too. And I have very big billboards, and I have very big words, and I have the property when you come in, and I also have the property at the corner, and that's what it could look like. But I want you to hear me when I say I don't want this, but I want y'all to get off my back, and I want everybody to come down for ice cream, and I want us to all be friends. And that's all I've got, and thank you for letting me speak.
Okay, that concludes the August 4th meeting. Appreciate you if you've listened to this whole diary of what's been going on about the sidewalk. I want to follow up with one more thing too. In that original letter, the city told me that they were going to confiscate this merchandise over here. Also, this is the one that they said nobody could walk up and down, and it was parallel to this street right here. That's a wooden deck, and that is a porch, and beneath that is wooden stairs that go down to the basement. This never was a sidewalk. And so for them to say, get all your stuff off of your deck and your porch, it's just out of bounds. Just out of bounds. Like, we're to the point, it's like, I want to call technical foul or give them a penalty or something. So that's that issue. And, you heard me say at the end of August, that I want this situation to die. I want this to go away. I just want to conduct my business and, not get personal. So, that's that. But now there's new issues going on. So I'm going to call this the end of this, 10-part video regarding the sidewalks. But now we have some other things going on, and boy, has it gotten ugly. So, I'm going to be, sharing some, videos, just basically enlighten, both citizens and the general public as to what is going on in the city council meeting in Mammoth Spring, Arkansas. And, I was absolutely floored. I was just floored. And, so I'm going to be taking some future steps, I want this to stop. And the truth will get out, especially, if we've got real names, real numbers, real video, real photos. But I'm going to be posting the truth. And what people choose to do with it, I guess, is up to you. But there's some rumors going around about me and my business. And, I guess rumors is just part of being in business. But there's just some that you don't want out there, and I'm going to squash them. And I'm going to squash them with the truth. So, if somebody wants to put some rumors out there, they can, and that's fine. But also, the people who do seek the truth, I'm going to have that out there. So, I appreciate you watching. And if you are in or around Mammoth Spring, Arkansas, I still want to invite and encourage everybody to make nice, and let's get over this and come by the store, shop small, visit these businesses that are all over Mammoth. There are people really trying, and small business, but golly, it's getting harder and harder. So if you could help us out or help any of the other local businesses, they're all up and down Main Street, and I've been real surprised when I've walked in some stores. So check them out. Thank you for listening. I'm Christy Hatman, and appreciate you, and y'all have a great day.